Lightning like Steve McQueen. I'm in the fast lane when the light turns green. And I built tough, I ain't nothing but grit. Cause I made rugged blood, sweat, and spit. Yeah, like a horse I fly. Better push yourself in for a bumpy ride. I like to play hard, but I work harder. And I weather the storm cause I'm built stronger.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We are live. It is the Freight Coach Morning Show, the top morning show and podcast in transportation, coming to you guys live every single weekday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 10:30 Central, to break down some industry headlines and, most importantly, provide some actual insight into what you can do with all of this information. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This is the real side of freight. What do I mean by that? I mean that anybody who comes on any of my shows, whether it's my live show here with me, where we have some guests come on a couple of days a week, or my twice a week long form podcast, is a transportation professional, you guys, because I'm putting the right information out there from the people who have done what you're trying to do or who are currently doing what you're trying to achieve. So you can take this information, apply it, utilize it, and see a meaningful difference in your business and your life. It's one of the many reasons why I proudly fly this American flag behind me every single day. A, we're the greatest nation on earth, but B, I'm living my American dream, and I want to help each and every one of you guys live yours as well. Yeah, Q&A show today, you guys. It's all Q&As. If you have any sales or operations related questions, drop them in the chats for transportation specifically. Drop them in the chats on LinkedIn, drop them in the chats over on YouTube, and I will answer them live. People have DM'd me a couple of questions that I will be answering to start the show here. But yeah, make sure you drop them in the chat if you have any questions at all. Fridays from now on are going to be dedicated to just a Q&A live show. We're just here to help you guys. We're just here to work through some of these things. Also, happy Good Friday to everybody out there. I'll be celebrating it this weekend. It's Easter weekend right now. I'm unapologetically a man of faith, and I celebrate Easter, and happy Good Friday to everybody out there who is also celebrating it this weekend as well. But before we do anything, before I answer these questions, sales and operations related questions, you guys, I got to give a shout out to my friends over at VHub, vhubapp.com. Whether you're a broker, carrier, or a shipper, we all need access to trailers. And the best part about it, you get paid to move these. So if you're an owner op or a small fleet right now and you have a trailer in the shop, you don't have to shut your truck down. You can just jump on VHub and move some of these trailers for them, and you get paid to do it. And that's on top of the revenue that you can get by loading these trailers out. So they have West Valley City, Utah, a drive-in needing to get up to Calgary, Alberta, $1,550 US to do this. I'm most excited about this one, though, because as a broker myself, getting told, hey, we only work with assets is an objection you're faced with all the time. Now you can create a drop trailer pool at your customers' facilities. Paragould, Arkansas to Mississauga, Ontario is where these need to go. You get 1,000 Canadian to move these trailers each. And the thing is you don't just need a shipper in Paragould just going to Toronto. You need, you can move them over to Memphis, up to Louisville, maybe over to Columbus, Indianapolis, whatever that looks like en route. They just have to end up in Toronto. All right. And they have to be brought into Mississauga to be dropped off, you guys. So think about a creative way that you can sell to your customers. And same thing if you're a smaller fleet and they're like, hey, we only work with carriers that can drop 10 trailers. Now you can. You guys, you got to get creative with this stuff, especially in the market we're in right now, where it's challenging to get new customers. And then finally, they have Dallas, Texas going up to Long Sault, Ontario. Same situation, you guys. You get $750 US to move that. So hit them up, vhubapp.com. My friends Xavier Campos and Stacy Steen, they'll be in the audience. Just do me a favor, let them know that the Freight Coach sent you. All right, Sonny Sharma, good fucking Friday, orange shirt gang. Let's fucking go. Tono Lippy, good morning all. He says happy Friday, Easter weekend. Tracy St. Clair, good morning and happy Friday. Tracy's watching over on YouTube, you guys, where I also stream live too. Connor, dude, what's up? It's been a minute. Happy Friday to you as well. Alexis Bailey, great Friday. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, you guys, let's see. I got a new podcast episode out with Henry Sheldon. He's with Freight Management Systems. It's a TMS provider, and that's available right now. We were just talking about technology. We were talking about his journey in acquiring the company that he does, that he owns, Freight Management Systems, and it's also a brand new integration partner for broker carrier. So we have that up and running right now, and they are fully integrated with them. So any freight management users, that's also a user of broker carrier, It's fully integrated. It's fully ready to go. And we have a lot of those up on our roadmap here coming up. So it's exciting right now. It's really exciting. The results that we're seeing. Kyle, my business partner and broker carrier, is working nonstop on making sure all of our developments are done on time here, because we got some really exciting stuff coming up here, you guys. Like, this is literally going to change the game. This is literally going to change the game with what we have that's going to be coming up here. I need to stop myself from saying too much, because Kyle fucking likes to remind me that, hey, stop that right now, because it's not there. So I try and be as excited and vague as possible at this stuff, because like, as a broker myself, as a carrier rep, as somebody that owns a brokerage, this is next level, what we got that's going to be released, and it's going to be a good thing. So yeah, that's what's up. And then Jeremy, what's up? He says, happy Friday, you guys. And again, so yeah, this is going to be Q&A. And if no questions come through besides the ones that I got here, I'll just start talking shit about some articles and pull them up like we normally do. Again, Fridays are dedicated strictly to Q&A for sales and operations related for transportation. All right. First question I got DM'd over to me is, I'm looking to add to my arsenal on getting around the gatekeeper. What are some strategies you use to navigate around them? So I never try and work around a gatekeeper ever. I want to befriend the gatekeeper, because I think that there's treating the gatekeepers as a means to an end is just, it's probably one of the worst things that you can do, because I've worked with a lot of companies where the gatekeeper happened to be also the one who schedules the shipments, or they're cutting the PO. They're involved in the transportation process at some time, because a lot of these larger, small to mid-sized companies that are out there, the gatekeeper's involved in it. And then, like, frankly, I always want to think of it like this. Like, you know, I own my companies right now. Like, what if the gatekeeper was my child and I was the decision maker, right? And you're disrespectful to the gatekeeper, or it's very obvious you're trying to discredit what they do. So I want to befriend everybody inside of an organization, because I think long-term strategy with a lot of this is we need multiple allies inside of there, because transportation managers leave, right? Like, they go to different roles, they go to different companies. I've lost a customer before because my only relationship was with the transportation manager. I didn't know anybody else inside of the organization. Therefore, I had nobody to like really, really vouch for me. I didn't lose the business because of the fact that they didn't know who I was. I lost the business because nobody was there to really, like, the incoming transportation manager, no one was there to say like, hey, Chris is our guy, he's legit, and everything else. They knew who I was, but they didn't really know me. So I think that working with the gatekeeper, humanizing that interaction, because so many people out there, again, you want to stand out in a crowd, do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. Most people treat them as a means to an end. Have a conversation with them. When's the last time you actually tried to have a conversation with the gatekeeper? I would do that. And I do that to this day, because you just never know. You never know. What if the person answering the phone is the transportation manager? Like, I just want to build it up, and I want everybody to have a positive rapport and a positive experience with me and anyone associated with my companies out there, no matter what. So I want to build that up and work with the gatekeeper, because gatekeepers are going to literally tell you everything you need to know about the transportation manager. The more you humanize that interaction, the more you invest in speaking with them, the more you're going to find out about the transportation manager, the more you're going to find out, and it's something simple like this, because I always do this. I always do this, no matter what. If I call somebody and then they give me the voicemail or whatever, I always call them back and thank them for their time, no matter what. I will always do that, because again, I know 99% of the people out there aren't going to do it, because they're already on to the next call, right? Like, oh, that one doesn't work, I got to go on to the next one, because I'm going to end up following back up with them. I want them to remember me. Like, my strategy is simple. The first 3, 4, 5 times I'm reaching out to companies, I just need them to remember Chris Jolly. That's it. That's my strategy. That's my go-to. And a lot of this is I need them to remember Chris Jolly, and I need them to remember me the next time I call. They're going to be like, hey, this person's different. Actually, call back at this time. Or I'm going to give them your information, or they're at their desk right now. I'm going to transfer you through. You can never overlook the importance of leaving positive impacts and positive impressions on multiple people inside of an organization. So I hope that helped answer your question out there. I know you're tuning in to the show today. I don't mention people's names out for them unless they're doing it live here on the show. But if you DM me this and you want to be anonymous, that's fine. I'll keep everybody anonymous in all the questions that they're asking come through. Yeah, Sonny, I can't wait for us to integrate with Thai TMS either. So Sean McGillicuddy, if you're watching this right now, which I know you do, come on, man, let's make it happen. We got multiple broker carrier clients that are Thai clients. Let's make it happen. Tony Darnell, buenos dias, señor. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Dónde estás, Tony? ¿Dónde estás? Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, Tony. My wife's from Mexico. I'm very fluent in Spanish. So all my brothers and sisters that are out there, DFM Data Corp Incorporated is on YouTube. Let's make this Good Friday a great Friday. Amen to that. I like that. I like that mentality. Tony Darnell, who doesn't need drayage at all, says, longtime listener, first-time caller, why aren't you charging for this? Tony, because, man, it's my way of giving back. I want to help improve the industry in all ways, shapes, and forms. And this is the only way to do it, man. This is the only way to do it. I'm not going to focus on anything other than trying to keep people in business and help people figure this out, man. And I know Tony very well. Tony and I talk quite frequently, but yeah, man, that's why I want to, because it's about helping out that one person, because I was that struggling sales rep. I still struggle in sales. I still struggle in a lot of shit, but I know that if I have these feelings and I have these emotions through things, I know other people do too. I get the DMs, I see the DMs and stuff like that. And people need to know that they're not alone and that there are people out there who actually give a shit, because there are a lot of people out there who actually care. And I'm building this platform up for one reason and one reason only, is to benefit the industry, is to build up the others with it, man. It's, again, back to the fact that I'm a man of faith. I believe I fully and wholeheartedly believe I was put on this earth to utilize my voice to help elevate others. And that's what this platform's for, man, is I can reach and help so many more people with this than I ever could in any other environment. So that's the main driving force behind this, man. As long as this helps one individual see a meaningful difference in their business and their life, man, that's what it's all about to me. Let's see here. Yeah, Sonny, we'll both corner him in Orlando when we're out there. Cody Miller, good fucking morning, freight enthusiast. All right, Stevens J. How do I build my credit as a broker? I signed up with a factoring company thinking they would report these payments, but they are not. Shaking my head. Stevens, so this is a challenge that I dealt with at my former brokerage that I had worked with, because I was employee number 3. My really good buddy started it, still owns it, and to this day. But that was a big thing right away when we were starting out. Is finding customers wasn't the problem, but finding carriers to haul the freight, due to the fact that we didn't have any established credit. Factoring was the way that we went. It took some time to build it up, but normally when you're talking to carriers, Stevens, and they know you're factored and you can provide that notice of assignment over to them, then they feel a lot better about it and they'll take your freight with that. Because they, again, they just need to make sure they're getting paid. And, this is something I understand your frustrations, but the things that you learn in business, man, like I've unfortunately been stiffed, to say the least, out of thousands of dollars worth of stuff. And again, it's part of it, man. It's the risk, and people who are out there hauling the freight need to make sure that they're taken care of in those moments. And, it sucks, but, I think that anything you can do to build business credit, man, if you don't have, I don't know your business structure or your entity or anything like that, but one thing I did early on in business was I created business banking, right? Like I utilized Chase, not like they need a shameless plug or anything like that, but I utilized Chase Bank, and I got a separate business checking, business savings. And I also opened up a business credit card right away as well. And I started using all of my business expenses on a business credit card, and that helped springboard a lot of my business credit to build up and get that up and running with it, man. I know it's just little things like that. It's just beginning frustrations, man. And yeah. So, all right, Alexis Bailey, should I call bigger shippers in my industry for better live practice? Alexis, I would call anyone and everyone, but ask yourself this: why do you want to work with a big shipper? My personal opinion, and I'm not against this strat. This is just what I've experienced out there. Is some of the larger shippers, they work with a lot of the larger brokers for capital reasons. Because a lot of the larger brokers can extend them millions of dollars in credit that smaller brokers can't. So I think that's like the big driving force behind it. Not everybody, but this is just in my experience and stuff like that. Every phone call is an opportunity to get better, I think. So going after and soliciting larger customers, larger shippers, I'd go for it. Why not, Alexis? You never know. But I think if you're looking for live practice, get those repetitions with anybody and everybody. I think that's going to be your best bet long term. So let me see here. I appreciate that, Cody. Cody's a long-time listener. I appreciate you, man. Angel Garvin says, good morning. Thanks for answering the questions. Anytime. Cody Miller says, Stevens J, make sure you get set up with D&B for business credit as well. And then he also says there's so many factors out there that it can take a lot of time to establish a credit report across 3 main crediting agencies. And then you can also proactively reach out to the main reporting agencies and give them AP reports for the past 90 days to supply data to them and help with future approval for more factors. That's good advice, man. I didn't even know that, man. Thank you for putting that out there. That's really good advice. Anytime, Alexis. All right. Next, exit logistics. What client credit checking programs do you or your audience recommend? How to determine if client has ability to pay? So shameless plug for SPI Logistics. That's who my freight agency is through. That's where my brokerage is through. They do a lot of that stuff they do all of it for us. But I think that utilizing when you're utilizing factors and stuff like that, they run a lot of those credit checks on your customers. Because next exit logistics brings up a really good point. Is you have to do that, you guys. You have to find out if the customers, the prospects, and the people that you're trying to set up can pay their bills. I've experienced the opposite end of that, where we didn't do that, and it was a lot of money, like a lot of money. Almost like $250,000 in unpaid invoices that if we didn't get it resolved, we would have been out of business, plain and simple. Fortunately, it got resolved, but that could all be stopped when, doing credit checks and everything. And that's the importance of this. But I don't have any specific companies. Anybody who's watching this, if your company does do that and offer that service, I would love to know, because that's a great point. And that's another way for startup brokerages who are out on their own trying to figure it out. They need to do that. They need to learn about that so they have somewhere to check and see if the companies that they are prospecting is quality, right? Because unfortunately, not everybody's your friend. Like I wish the real world wasn't the real world sometimes, and everything was going to be sunshine and gumdrops, but that's just not the fucking case, you guys. People out there are not your friends. They're looking to utilize and take advantage, and this is how you protect your organization, no matter what. Because as a business owner, your name is on there, right? You're the one who's responsible for this shit, to check it all out and to ensure that your company's protected under all circumstances. Also over on YouTube, let me see. Do you think full disclosure of broker costs within 30 days ruling from the FM CST will change interactions between brokers and shippers and brokers and last mile providers? It's funny you bring this up, DFM Data Corp, watching over on YouTube. Yes, I'm dropping that a lot because I go live on YouTube, you guys. And if you guys go to YouTube, or Twitter, or you check out the audio only replay on iTunes and Spotify later on, just make sure you subscribe and share over there if you guys see value in this. Help your boy out. That's how we reach more people. That's how we help more people. I personally think, and I briefly talked about this yesterday, and then I discussed this the other day. I personally think that the data disclosure is going to let a lot of people down. I think a lot of trucking companies are going to be very pissed when they find out that brokers do not make 35% on loads, or 40% or 50% on loads. They're going to be very upset. I think it's going to take 3 or 4 transactions where they're going to see a broker only made 10 to 12% on a load. And in all reality, they're like, so you made $200? And they're going to get fucking pissed, and they're not going to do it because it's going to be a waste of their time. I want to bring up that what my assumption is if you're going to advocate for this in a down market, you better be advocating on behalf of your members in an up market as well. Because I didn't hear this up until the rates shifted. And again, I'm not sitting here defending any of these fuckbag brokers who are posting 80 cents a mile, 90 cents a mile. Fuck those guys. All right. That's my honest opinion on them. Fuck those brokers who are trying to drive those rates down to pad their own pockets. Right. I don't believe in them. Fuck them. They're like that. That's my honest opinion. If you're trying to willingly do that, knowing you're taking advantage of somebody, you're a piece of shit. But I think that overall, it's going to be a massive letdown for a lot of people if they actually apply this. And the people who are banging this drum the most on Capitol Hill, you better fucking do it when the market shifts, because you were eerily silent in that thing. And a lot of this, you guys, a lot of these organizations, memberships are based off of revenue, right? So if you're thinking long-term business strategy here, when the rates are up to $5, $6 a mile, the dues are increased to these organizations, right? Because your revenue's up. Now you're setting yourself up for when that next one comes. So right now you're advocating for this. You're trying to get more people to sign up and join your organization. And then it's going to go up again in a couple, 18 months or 20 months or whatever that looks like. But I would always challenge you to ask yourself this. This is something, if you do a lot of research on this topic, this has been in effect since like the fucking 80s. All right. And call me out if I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure off of the research that I've done that this has been in effect since the 80s. So you also want to ask yourself this: why was this not a common practice if it could have been? Like, this has been around longer than I've been fucking alive, right? Why has this never been fixed? If this is such a big, if you're that passionate about it for the organizations that are fighting for this on Capitol Hill, why the fuck has this not been taken care of until now? That's what I would be asking myself. That is one of the main reasons why my old man was never a member of those organizations, because, and I quote, they never fucking accomplished anything, was his words. So that's where I would ask on this. I personally think that if you're going to do it, that you're entitled to it. But again, I think it's going to stop when you get let down by what brokers are making. But like I mentioned yesterday, and I'm gonna mention this again, knowing what somebody else is making on a transaction does not all of a sudden make you a profitable business. Okay, it doesn't. So the problem isn't what brokers are making. Just like as a broker, my problem, if I can't find customers, it's not because carriers' rates or the market's high. People deserve to make money. I believe in capitalism, right? I believe in capitalism. I am a fan of the free market. Everybody deserves to make money for the work that they put in. But yeah, that's my long answer on that one. Let me see here. I'm going the agency route. Should I choose a brokerage that offers the opportunity, or just focus on me being an agent? Alexis, I think if you're going to go the agency route, reach out to SPI Logistics. They're a great group of individuals. I'm not just saying that. Yeah, I truly feel that way. I would not partner with, I don't partner with companies that I don't truly believe in. And I have nothing but positive interactions to say about SPI Logistics. So I'd reach out to them. LinkedIn user, how do we overcome the commentary for customer right now? The no brokers, are you an asset? What language do you use while being honest? See, I don't ever hide behind the fact that I don't own assets at all. Like straight up, I have never once had assets to work with. I am a pure third-party freight broker. I don't own anything. I sell them strictly on my experience and my knowledge on their product alone. That's all I do. All right. You're going to run into that no matter what. They're always going to tell you that. But my whole thing is okay, I don't want to, I respect the fact that they have relationships. I respect the fact that they use assets and that's who their primary service provider is. But who do they reach out to in the event that their assets who have a finite amount of equipment can't cover their freight? I'm just looking for an opportunity to prove myself and earn an opportunity. That's what I would do in that situation. It's about, because again, there's an opportunity inside of an objection. All right. Because if there wasn't, generally speaking, if there's not an opportunity, as soon as I say, hey, this is Chris with such as Freight Coach Legit, click, they're going to hang up the fucking phone. I think if you get to the point where they're going to give you that objection, it's a way to work through it. Again, we can't have the mindset that we're just going to close everybody we talk to, right? Or that everybody should give us their business. I think that's the opportunity. That's when the work starts. And that situation of, all right, how do I stand out here? How do I earn their business? What can I say next to continue to do that? So I would do that. And that's the strategy I would take. In this DFM data says there was a waiver in most BOLs and can't do the waiver anymore. Can you send me an email, DFM Data Corp, Chris at thefreightcoach.com? I'd like to know a little bit more about that because I hadn't heard of the waiver on most BOLs and how we can't do the waiver anymore. That's the first time. I just want further clarification on what that means. Broker carrier is going to be there in the form of Chris Jolly. But no, we do not have a booth out there at all. And, but you'll see me walking around, Sonny, because Sonny, you'll be with me. Got some shameless plugs going on out here. That's funny. I love it. You guys are good people. Tona Lippi says asset-based carriers can be inflexible, especially on spot rates based on their demand for the lane. That's a good one too, man. I like it. I appreciate that, DFM Data Corp. And I don't know your name, so I just got to refer to you as what shows up on YouTube. Not trying to be disrespectful. Tona Lippi says being brand agnostic is a huge advantage, especially on difficult lanes. And, and again, I think that's a good thing to bring up is it's like when you're studying your prospects. Thanks, Michael. DFM Data Corp is Michael. Appreciate it. But to Tony's point or Tono's point here, talking about difficult lanes, I think that in researching your prospects and getting out there and finding out what areas they run, where are they located? Not every company has a locations tab on their website, but you guys, there's so much information out there right now. There is so much information, you guys. Everything's plentiful. Go to study their LinkedIn, study their company page. You can go out there and search where all their people are located. And, it takes effort, you guys. It takes effort. And that's where a lot of people don't, because they want that easy information that gets to them quick. And I get it. I love fucking easy too. Like, I'm a human being. I fucking love easy. But I think right now, all the information that you need about your prospects is out there through their social media pages. Go out there and look through. If they're on Instagram, look through their Instagram. See, are they having company events in different states and stuff like that? It's very telling where people are located. Yeah, Sonny says, yes, I will in my orange shirt as always. That's right, you guys. Orange Shirt Gang is a real thing. And Sonny Sharma is actually the reason why Orange Shirt Gang is a thing. Because he was rocking an orange shirt out at the TIA last year in San Diego. So yeah, Orange Shirt Gang's a thing. Anybody who wears orange is cool with me. I love it. But that's it for today, you guys. I got some freight moving right now. I got to get back into it. And I got some more sales calls to make and everything, as well as I know you guys all do. So that's why I like to keep these shows at 30 minutes. And if you guys saw value, as always, subscribe and share the show. If you guys liked the dedicated Friday being a Q&A day, I'll continue doing it. Again, you guys, this show is strictly based to help all of you who are out here asking these questions. I want to help keep people in business, whether you're a trucking company, what broker, whatever. I just want to help in any way I possibly can. I have plenty of friends that are owner operators who are going to be coming on the show that are making it work right now. They got some cool strategies and tactics that they're bringing up, and we're going to talk about them on the show. And if you are an owner operator, a small fleet, and you want to come on here and talk about what you're experiencing out there in the industry, hit me up. You can come on here and talk about anything. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in freedom of speech, and I believe in helping. All right, so we're going to do that. Sunny Sharma does bring up a good point. Happy Easter, everybody. Have a very happy Easter weekend with your family. Happy Good Friday to everybody out there. But that's it for today, you guys. We'll be back on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 10:30 Central. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and we'll be talking to you soon.